Hi, in this short presentation, you're going to learn 3 simple text messages that transform your phone into a magnet. I'll show you how to use these magnetic messages to turn a woman on and get her out on a date with just 3 texts. How to pump her full of curiosity, intrigue, and desire till she's picking up her phone and thumbing in a message, whether she wanted to or not. And as weird as this sounds, we'll show you how to use a form of sexual inception to plant erotic thoughts of you in her mind, igniting feelings of intense chemistry and connection, and has her trusting you, thinking about you, craving you, and even fantasizing about you, desperately waiting for your next message. Most importantly, these texts quickly get meetups that turn into sex and relationships. In fact, you can even use these 3 texts to text your way out of the friend zone. Jumpstart things back up with a girl that's slipping away without coming across as needy or desperate. Get a girl you just met chasing you, fighting for your attention, working to win you over. Even girls who've been sending icy cold one-word responses will suddenly be eager to spend time with you. All because you'll be using a very specific sequence of magnetic texts called the key lock sequence. When you use these 3 texts, it's like pushing a key into a lock, turning and awakening an exciting, fun, and sexual side of her that she has hidden from all the other guys in her phone. And the best part is, this works like clockwork. Rinse, wash, repeat on any girl you meet, so you'll never struggle with what to write a girl again. My name is Bobby Rio, and in just a second, I'm going to reveal the secret and teach you exactly how to use these 3 texts. The secret I'm about to reveal, you can pull your phone out and use immediately, so make sure you watch the entire presentation to the end. Though I have to warn you, due to the sensitive nature of the video, it probably won't be up for long. The last thing any of us need is girls finding this video and becoming keen to the trick. You may be thinking you've tried it all and seen it all, but you have never seen anything like this before, and I promise one tip in particular is gonna shock you. Now, before I get to that, I want to expose a dangerous myth of attraction that's stopping you from scoring more women right now. So what is the dangerous myth of attraction preventing you from getting women out on dates, getting the kiss, closing the deal, and getting her back to your bedroom? The dangerous myth is that attraction is black or white, that a woman either wants you or she doesn't, that she's attracted to you or she's not, she would sleep with you or she wouldn't. Now, that's not how attraction works. Listen carefully to what I'm about to say. Attraction is not black or white. This means that a woman's opinion of you can change by the year, month, week, day, even by the hour. Now, this comes with good news and bad news. Which do you want first? Let's start with the good news. The good news is that even if you didn't make a stellar first impression, you can still win her over and get her wanting you. Even if you're not her type or she only sees you as a friend, even if you've already sent her a horribly embarrassing text, and even if she's dating someone else and acts like you don't even exist. In a few minutes, I'm going to teach you how 3 simple texts can change all that. Now first, I've got to give you some bad news. Okay, here's the bad news. Just because a girl has given you her number, told you to call her, or has even been out on a date with you, does not automatically mean you'll ever see her again. When she handed you her number, she did not sign a social contract agreeing to go out with you. It just means she was interested or attracted enough at the moment to give it to you. Now, that interest and attraction is a good start. In fact, when a woman hands you her number, she secretly wants you to win. She wants you to seduce her. She's hoping you won't mess things up and has probably already imagined being with you. Just don't make the fatal mistake of thinking that once a woman gives you her number, it's game over, you win, because the game is actually just beginning. In fact, there's a window of opportunity that begins closing the minute she gives you her number. Yes, she was interested or attracted enough to give it to you, but time is ticking like sand running through the hourglass. Here's why. Women expect things to happen quick when there's chemistry. They expect to get swept away. So the longer it takes to get her out, the more she starts thinking that there must not be anything there. She'll even begin to backward rationalize and start finding reasons you're not worth meeting up with. And she starts getting annoyed at even the slightest mistakes, like sending texts that come on too strong or appear needy, sending her lame, boring, just another average guy texts, or trying to send her something witty that she just doesn't get. This is when she seems to go from hot to cold very quickly, losing interest and fizzling out. As the window's closing, all the time texting back and forth is murdering your chances. In fact, you have a limited number of texts before this window closes for good and you never get her out. If you're not sending her the right texts, you're just spinning your wheels and some other guy will get her out and fuck her. Was that last part a little graphic? I hope so, because I'm speaking from experience. Now, if you're like I was, then you've probably experienced one of two common scenarios. Nod your head if you've experienced one of these. The first I call the Cinderella effect. You meet a girl at a bar or party and she's totally into you and seems like a total sweetheart the night you met. Maybe even start imagining a relationship with her, planning future dates in your mind, even bragging about her to your friends. Embarrassing, huh? But when you try to contact her afterwards, she turns into something else. Whether she turns mean, cold, disinterested, or just non-responsive, she's displaying the Cinderella effect. And it feels downright humiliating when she doesn't respond, pulling your phone out of your pocket every 5 minutes, checking to see if you missed her message. You can almost imagine her laughing about your text with her friends, or the guy she's in bed with. And then it's like she disappears off the face of the earth, and you can't figure out where you messed up or what went wrong. And the weird thing is, this is actually almost better than the next scenario, because at least there you can take a hint and move on. Scenario 2 I call the texting goofball. This is where you turn into a one-trick pony, always trying too hard to make her laugh and entertain her. You think you're really getting somewhere. She seems to LOL at everything you write, even sends you random texts asking how you are. Then days, weeks, months go by playing textual grab-ass with her, until you finally realize you're just her text buddy. She never actually wants to meet up. So the big question is, how do you go from getting a woman's phone number to getting her out on a date? How do you use your phone to turn her on so that by the time she meets you, she's already eager to go back to your bedroom? How do you do that without losing her interest to another guy, without the attraction fizzling out after a few boring texts, and without accidentally texting your way into the friend zone and becoming her text buddy that's never going to get anywhere near her bedroom? And more importantly, once you've hung out with her, how do you continue to amplify the attraction, leave her wanting more, and have her anxiously anticipating the next time she'll wrap her legs around you, all by sending a few simple texts from your cell phone? To answer those questions, I need to reveal a few simple truths about chemistry and attraction no one has told you before, and show you how to jumpstart the spark that takes a woman who's lukewarm, indifferent, or even losing interest and suddenly has her eager to spend time with you. Remember how I told you the window of opportunity is quickly closing? The reason the window of opportunity is closing is because the emotion she felt towards you is fading and you're losing her attention. Critical point number 1. Emotions equal attention. Anytime you create an emotional state in a woman, you momentarily have her attention, and the window opens back up. It gets even better. Emotions also act as an attraction anchor and reignite the original attraction she felt, even if it's already started to slip away. Have you ever had a song start playing on the radio and bring back a flood of emotions, and suddenly that song has every ounce of your attention? Now, if you send her an emotional text, then anytime she pulls out her phone, you can get that same exact reaction. When a woman decides that she wants to meet up for a date, text you naked pictures of herself, or just come over for some fun, casual sex, I can pretty much guarantee it was not some logical decision she made based on careful thinking. It was an emotional reaction she had to the text you sent. Your goal is to spark an emotion, get her attention, and turn that attention into a meetup as quickly as possible. So what are the 3 texts that she's practically powerless against? In order to capture a woman's attention and create a mental monopoly where she can't stop herself from meeting up with you, she needs to receive 3 specific text messages. It's called the key lock sequence. First, you send her an emotional text that stops her dead in her tracks, captures her attention, and has her anticipating what comes next. This text shows her that you're different and exciting, and gets her seeing you as an attractive, fun, charismatic guy, and draws out her flirtatious side, setting the tone for all your future interactions. Next, you need to bond with her in a way that has her imagining spending time with you in the future and feeling an emotional connection that goes beyond a casual flirtation. This text shows her that she's not just some random number in your phone. It lets her know that you get her and has her associating these warm, good feelings to you. And finally, you plant the idea of sleeping with you in her mind so that she begins to crave and imagine it. This text shows her that you're the type of guy who makes it happen, has her desperate to spend time with you, and easily transitions to a meetup. Yup, the reason some guys are able to pull out their cell phones and have girls practically jumping at the chance to come over for some late night fun even when months have gone by without seeing her, while the rest of us can't break through her bitch shield. And even when she responds to our messages, she gives us nothing to work with and seems to be politely blowing us off, is because these guys have figured out it's not your ability to spend days texting her interesting things or convincing her you're a good guy who really likes her. It's your ability to monopolize her attention, anchor a strong emotional connection, and send out texts that act like magnets, drawing her closer toward you. And because time is always a factor, you must do all this in just 3 texts. See, like most guys, I used to make the mistake of thinking the more text I send, the more of her attention I'll get. Hoping to stay on her mind, I'd continually text her things like, how's your day going? What are you up to? Hope you got home safe. Have fun tonight. Hey. Not one of these texts creates any sort of emotion. In fact, these texts annoy the shit out of her. You ever have a fly buzzing around your ear, not really doing anything, just distracting you? That's what your average text is like to her. Keeping her attention is not about bombarding her phone with messages. It's also not about never texting her or following the 3-day rule and waiting a specified amount of time before texting her again. Your window of opportunity is closing, and nothing will kill your chances faster than going MIA on her. Gripping her attention is not about sending her a lot of texts. And it's not about following stupid rules. It's about sending her the right texts. Here's what's so great about the key lock sequence. You can use it to quickly get a date with a girl you just met. You can use it to turn things around on a girl who's losing interest, and you can even use it to spark things back up with a girl that got away. Because it can be adjusted for just about any situation, it allows you to put girls on texting autopilot. This means never having to stand there like an idiot with your phone in your hand with no clue what to write. You just sit back and let the sequence do the work. Why does it work so well? It's pretty simple, really. Remember how you learned attraction isn't black or white, and that a woman's opinion of you can change by the month, week, day, even by the hour? The key lock sequence uses this to your advantage by sparking positive emotions in her and anchoring them to you. Displaying this attractive communication causes her to make a snapshot judgment that you're a fun, cool guy, and allows you to capitalize on this attention as quickly as possible and get her out while the pump is primed, before that window closes again and you're shit out of luck. Okay, Bobby, I get it. I can see how displaying attractive communication is more effective than boring text I normally send, but how do I do it, and what do I actually write? Glad you asked, because I've got a really good answer for you. Like I said, my name is Bobby Rio, and for the past few years, I've developed a reputation as the go-to guy for learning how to talk in a way that captures a woman's attention, has you stand out from the crowd, and makes it easy to escalate things to a more physical level. Now, I also wish I could take credit for the key lock sequence, but I can't. Truth be told, for a long time, I carried a dirty little secret. Even though I was a Jedi master at drawing out a woman's fun, flirtatious, and sexy side in person and teaching other guys how to get the same results, I was clueless when it came to transmitting that same attractive communication over text. In fact, texting was my Achilles heel. If I told you how many hot, horny women I lost because of subpar texting skills, it would make a grown man cry. I still cringe thinking about it. Luckily, I'm not an idiot, and I was smart enough to get help. I hope you are too. Enter Rob Judge. Rob's tiny apartment has been a revolving door of New York City's hottest women. See, Rob is able to consistently achieve a near impossible feat. He's able to consistently turn phone numbers into dates from women who have hundreds of other guys breathing down their necks. Guys that are richer, better looking, and even more connected in the city than him. Yet night after night, these women are waking up naked in his apartment. And I had to know his secret. So I took the train into New York and met him at a grungy little dive bar on the top of the old Bentley Hotel, where over the course of a few hours and a dozen or so Coronas, Rob explained to me exactly where I was messing up, and then he laid out the entire key lock sequence, pulling out his cell phone and showing me example after example of this stuff in action. 20 minutes of scrolling through his text message archive on his iPhone, and I was sold. When I used the exact sequence to get a girl who had been avoiding me for months back to my place, I became a disciple. So I started to share some of these secrets with a few of my students, and I watched that they used this exact material to get responses from girls who had been blowing them off, set up dates with girls they hadn't talked to in months, bring out the sexual side of girls who had previously seemed frigid or cold. During that same period, Rob continued to refine, test, and perfect these techniques, When you meet as many girls as he does, you get a lot of practice. The next thing we know, both our inboxes are full of guys begging us to share the secret sauce. Rob has even had guys pay him over $2,000 to fly into New York and learn this stuff in person. Finally, I convinced him to package up what both of us have learned about using this magnetic form of text messaging to kickstart a woman's desire for you into a simple, step-by-step program we call Magnetic Messaging, Unleashing the Key Lock Sequence. Magnetic Messaging is a step-by-step system that'll show you how to craft magnetic text messages to quickly engage, connect with, and turn on a woman. Texts that stand out and shatter to pieces all the other messages she gets from other guys, gets her mind racing with excitement, wondering what you're going to message her next, and allows you to quickly and easily pull the trigger and get her out with you, close the deal, and get her back to your bedroom. The program is jam-packed with step-by-step instructions and word-for-word examples of exactly what to send. It's like having private, uncensored access to Rob's iPhone to read through every text exchange and learn exactly why it worked. In the past year, Rob has slept with dozens of women, and you'll discover the exact text he sent and her responses that led to countless nights of sex. When you grab your copy of Magnetic Messaging, Unleashing the Key Lock Sequence, you'll discover how to craft your language so that it stops a woman cold, sparks an emotion, and makes her interested in what you have to say. How to cram your text full of your personality to get her laughing or giggling and associating those good feelings to you. You'll discover the perfect radar text. These are the initial texts you'll send just to get on her radar and have her thinking about you. Yup, you're not even looking for a response, but you'll be surprised how often she can't stop herself from replying. You'll discover the partners in crime text to have her feeling an intense connection to you and make sure you stay on her mind when you're not around. Plus, 4 types of inside jokes that show that you get each other and drastically increase her desire to see you. How to get her to share personal info about herself, ensuring that you get the date. Once a woman starts sharing this info, she's like a fish caught on a hook and can't wiggle away. How to craft your meetup message in a subtle way that gets her imagining what it would be like to sleep with you. These messages are so Jedi that she can't not think about having sex with you. This one text will take you from a text buddy to a potential sexual partner. And that's just a tiny taste. As you get into the more advanced stuff, you'll learn the shocking power of the key lock sequence to put texting on autopilot. 3 texts, you're done. Rinse, wash, repeat. How to use shredder text to destroy objections, flakiness, or bad behavior. These are like text jujitsu. You'll discover the power of go big text to reel a girl back in that seemed to have slipped away. How to use the couple compliment text to build a sense of connection and have her imagining a future with you. If you're gonna send her a compliment, this is the only way to do it. The shocking power of the no big deal text. This is where you learn how to use subtext to have her thinking you're a cool, socially intelligent guy. How to send her texts that create bottled up sexual tension and have her squirming in her seat at work. Do this right and she'll be picking out her sexiest outfit for your next date. Sick of getting caught off guard and not knowing how to respond? Don't worry, we got you covered. You'll get examples, templates, and prescribed text for all the following situations. How to respond to the who is this text. The only way to answer the what do you look like text. How to handle when she doesn't respond. Plus, 3 ways to combat the I'm sick, I'm tired, or I have work excuse. How soon and what to text her the day before the date. How to reignite an old number. Think too much time has gone by to text a girl? Send her this. Flake buster text that ensures she won't flake the day of the date. How to use a few simple texts to get her chasing you. Plus, you'll learn the right way to be funny over text. How to shift gears and transition into more flirty dialogue while making it seem like it was her idea. How soon to text a girl after your first date. How soon to text a girl once you sleep with her. How to drop sexual words into your messages to make her horny. How to heat things up over the phone and start sexting. How to get a girl to send you naked pictures of herself. The threesome text. How to talk your girl into a threesome with a few simple text messages. Plus, how to use phone game to solidify and electrify the moments you spend together. Get her horny to see you, have her falling in love with you. You'll decide whether you want to make her your girlfriend or just keep things casual and hook up whenever you want. After going through this program just once, you'll be using your phone to have an unfair advantage over other guys and become her first choice out of all the other guys trying to land her. We gave out advanced copies of the book to a couple of our students, and here's the emails we got back from them. After less than a week with his copy, Sam H. wrote, "The book is dynamite. I texted a couple girls I hadn't heard from in a while and I wasn't too sure what to expect. 3 dates set up already. It's incredible how you translated what you do in front of a girl to words on a screen to elicit the same emotions. We got this message 3 days after sending Kevin N his copy. Hey Rob, I just wanted to say that this is amazing. I realized that everything I'd been texting girls was wrong. I didn't think texting was that big a deal, but I see it in a whole new way. And you know that dream girl I was telling you about? We're going to meet up on Friday. I thought she was never going to talk to me ever again. This book is brilliant. And those are just a few of the dozens of emails we've already received from incredibly satisfied guys who've used this simple system. Here's what you can expect. When you apply these tools, you're going to spark that elusive vibe, which means more fun dates, more passionate kisses, more sex, and an all-around more exciting life. Never again worry about fumbling the ball after getting her number. So what's the next step? How much for magnetic messaging unleashing the key lock sequence, which includes a complete arsenal of texts for every single situation you'll encounter? Let me ask you something. How much is it worth to you to turn a phone number into a hot, naked woman lying next to you on your bed? To have a girl who is slipping away do a complete 180 and suddenly be starved for your affection? The unfortunate truth is that most men meet a woman and then spin their wheels for months, never getting close to her bedroom until she becomes just a fading memory. How would it feel watching another girl slip through your fingers and knowing you had a chance to prevent it? And what if you could have done it by just making a few slight changes to the text you send from your cell phone? Hundreds of guys have already used these exact texts to experience a dramatic and almost immediate change in the way women respond to their messages. And because I want you to experience these results when you put these secrets to use, I'm going to let you have the full program at a price you're not going to believe. But first, hold on, because Rob and I created some incredible free bonuses to go along with the magnetic messaging system. The first is a video program called the Infatuation Formula. The Infatuation Formula is like a specific emotional cocktail you can give a woman to make her fall in love with you, even if right now she's just a friend. You'll become the guy that she must chase. You can even use it to create your own little fan club of women waiting for their chance with you. In the Infatuation Formula, you'll discover how to get women emotionally addicted to being around you. She'll start making excuses to come and see you. 5 ways to make yourself more enchanting to any woman you're dating. The butterfly effect. How to make sure she gets butterflies every time she sees you. The Infatuation Formula is some of the most advanced stuff we've ever released. The value of this video program is $79, but you get it free when you order magnetic messaging today. We've got something else for you. You're going to get a 30-day free trial of our Magnetic Mastermind kit, which has a $47 value. Each month you get an in-depth video analysis of text transcripts so you can learn by watching us doctor up ordinary texts and make them magnetic. Advanced strategies and techniques for fast-track seduction. You're going to get the most advanced stuff we're currently using. The Player's Cookbook. The world's biggest players share their secrets for dominating various social scenes. You'll hear from frat guys, corporate guys, club promoters. This really is a mastermind. And if you order right now, you're going to get the 99 best texts of all time. How would you like the perfect text for any situation you come across? In the 99 best texts of all time, you'll discover the absolute best text to send the day after you first meet her that put a smile on her face and has her thinking of you for the rest of the day. Jaw-dropping effective text for getting her to respond even if she's been MIA. And sneaky text for getting sexual and making it seem like she started it. Don't know what to text her on her birthday? Send her Rob's patented birthday text. Got too drunk or messed up somehow last time you saw her? Send her the instant recovery text. Just want to put a smile on her face and get her thinking about you? Send her one of these 18 fun time anchor texts. You'll get an arsenal of golden responses for when she misunderstands your humor, for when you accidentally insult her, for when she responds with a one-word answer, for when she compliments you, for when she's fishing for a compliment. This is going to turn you into the Bruce Lee of texting. Counter any objection, bust through any resistance, always have the upper hand. And here's the best part. No need to struggle for hours trying to craft the perfect message. Just flip through the 99 best texts of all time and steal one of these. These have been tested over and over again and are proven to work. The 99 best texts of all time has a value of $67, but you get it free when you order right now. Now, Rob regularly has guys pay him over $2,000 to come to New York and learn this stuff in person. But you're not going to pay $2,000. In fact, you won't even pay half that. You won't pay $1,000. You won't even pay $500. You won't even pay $100. Remember, the bonuses alone are worth over $200. When you order today, you're going to get instant access to the complete magnetic messaging program and all the bonuses for the ridiculously low price of only $47. Here's what you get. You get the magnetic messaging book. You get the infatuation formula videos. You get the 99 best texts of all time, and you get a free month of the Magnetic Mastermind kit. All you have to do to get started is click the add to cart button below. You'll get instant access to everything, and you'll be getting more flirtatious, sexier responses from women tonight. We're so confident that it'll work for you that we're going to take all the risk off your shoulders and let you see everything risk-free. Our guarantee is simple. Order today, use the material. If girls aren't responding to your text more enthusiastically, and if you're not turning more phone numbers into dates and sexual encounters than you ever had in your life, just email us within 60 days for a full, hassle-free, no questions asked refund. That's how rock solid confident we are that this really works. We know that once you see everything and get a taste of how amazing it feels when you're able to pick up your phone and have girls on the other end practically begging for a chance to hang out with you, when women are drawn to you like a magnet, you won't part with this material for any price. But you really do have to act now. We're selling this program with all the bonuses now for a special price, but this offer won't be available long. I don't want to pressure you, but you've got a choice to make. Choice one is to keep doing what you're doing now. Keep sending the same old played out messages. But let me ask you, how has that worked out for you so far? Maybe you think you can get by without having to get good at texting women. But I can tell you, it's only going to get worse. Texting is not going away. And the guys that don't figure this out now are going to be at a severe disadvantage. You will continue to put time and effort into meeting a woman and getting to know her, only to watch her slip through your fingers before you can turn it into anything meaningful. If you're not sending her the right text, her attraction toward you is going to continue to plummet. And some other guy who gets it is going to steal her away from you before you ever see her again. If you watch this far in the video, it means you want this, and you know it could work for you. Do you really want to put it off any longer? If you're thinking, I'll come back to this video later or tomorrow, we both know you won't. And even if you do, chances are this deal won't be here. Choice two, of course you could choose to try doing it yourself, but you ever hear the saying, why reinvent the wheel? If you go out tonight and meet your dream girl, would you really want to risk it trying it your way? Wouldn't you rather message her knowing you've got a tested, proven formula for turning that phone number into a date? Right now, there are girls in your phone who are still undecided about you. Every wrong text you send and more of the attraction she felt towards you is disappearing. And before you know it, any chance you had with her will be long gone. If you do this wrong and send messages that bore her, creep her out, or make you seem needy or unattractive, you will very rarely get a second chance. If you do, you'll waste time and money, and you'll have to come back here anyway. And when you do, this deal won't be available anymore. It just doesn't make sense to continue to fail, to continue to struggle, to continue to be alone, especially when so many other guys are getting such amazing success. Or you can take choice three and risk nothing at all and get magnetic messaging and begin turning phone numbers into dates and sex tonight. It really is that simple. Thousands have already done this before you. Within minutes, you can be flipping through the 99 best texts of all time, thumbing in a message, and sitting back and watching as she responds in a way she never has before. All you have to do to get started is click the Add to Cart button below. You'll get instant access to everything, and you'll be getting more flirtatious, sexier responses from women tonight. You really have nothing to lose. Remember, all the risk is on our shoulders. If magnetic messaging doesn't deliver what it promised, you get all your money back, no questions asked. Can you imagine a life filled with beautiful women eager for your attention, and what your life is going to be like when you don't have this problem anymore? So go ahead and take action right now. Click the orange button below that says Add to Cart, and take the first step toward living the lifestyle you know you're capable of living. Still here? If so, it's probably because you still have a few questions that I haven't answered yet. So let me just answer a few of the most common questions I get about magnetic messaging. Question 1, how quickly will I receive magnetic messaging and all the bonuses? The answer is instantly. The program is completely digital. So once you hit the Add to Cart button below, you'll be taken to an order form. You'll put your information in, and you'll be sent an email with a confirmation link that will take you to a private, secure download page where you can get all the material and start using it right now. Question 2, what age group does magnetic messaging work on? It works on all age groups. We've had students test this, guys anywhere from 16 years old to 50 years old, and it works on all women. The fact is, all women are trained to respond to emotion. And the whole crux of the system is getting emotional responses out of women through the messages you're sending and quickly capitalizing on those emotions and getting her out. It doesn't matter if she's 18 years old or 88 years old, this will work on her. Question 3, what if I don't want the Magnetic Mastermind Kit? The Magnetic Mastermind Kit bonus is completely optional. On the next page, you can actually uncheck this if you decide that you don't want it. Question 4, does this only work on girls I meet in bars and clubs? The answer is no. We've tested this stuff on girls we've met through work, girls we've met through our social circle, girls that we've met through like networking events. Does it work on girls at bars and clubs? Yes, Rob has extensively tested this at all kinds of bars and nightclubs, and it works particularly well there. But it works in all situations. Our students have used it with girls they've met in all different environments. Question 5, what makes this program different than any other program out there on texting women? Question 5, what makes this program different than any other programs out there on texting women? The answer is experience. Rob, in the last 2 years, has dated and slept with more women than most men will in a lifetime. He has 2 years worth of texting hot, beautiful women and seeing what worked, seeing what responses got the best reaction, and he's learned to counter objections, and he's taken all the patterns that he's noticed in 2 years of doing this and created a pretty much foolproof system. That's what makes this different, is that you're not getting it from some keyboard jockey who decided, hey, I want to make a quick buck and sell a texting program. You're getting it from a guy who has lived, breathed, and slept this stuff for the past few years. Question 6, how do I remember to use this stuff when I'm about to text a woman? Here's the thing, you're going to learn exactly how to implement a key lock sequence. But on the same token, if you really want to be lazy about it, you could just pull out Rob's 99 best texts of all time and use any of these messages, and you're going to get the same responses. I mean, I always recommend learning the system, but if you forget or you can't think of what message you want to write, I mean, put the PDF on your cell phone, and that way you can actually scroll through your cell phone, pull up the PDF, and find a message and type it in. It's actually a no-brainer. That's why we say it's like putting texting girls on autopilot. Question 7, it seems like a lot to learn. How long will it take me to get through the material? You can get through this material very quickly, and because of the fact that Rob gives you so many templates and so many examples and so many prescribed text, you can actually start using the material instantly. I mean, if you have a girl right now that you're wondering what to text her, you can buy this program and have a text to send her in the next 5 minutes. That's how quickly you can begin using this material. Question 8, how fast will I get results? You're going to see, first time you send one of these texts that we teach in this program, you're going to immediately see a different response from a woman. You're going to immediately see a different response from a woman. I remember the first time that I was with Rob and I asked him, okay, here's the situation. This girl I hadn't seen in a while. She ignored my last couple texts. What do I send her? And he told me what to send. I sent it, and I met her for happy hour a few hours later and wound up going back to her place. So the results are pretty instantaneous. All you have to do to get started is click the Add to Cart button below. You'll get instant access to everything, and you'll be getting more flirtatious, sexier responses from women tonight. Get started, put this material into action, and hell, give it a shot. You've got nothing to lose. It's backed by a 100% risk-free guarantee, but I know that the minute you type in one of these texts and you see the way a woman responds to you, you would not part with this material for any price.